Hey folks, it's Mad Rabbit back in Minecraft Adventures. Okay, so continuing from the project I said I was going to do last time, which is basically just building a huge pen for our sheep because I want to actually start farming these guys for different colors in case I want to do something with it. I'm not really quite sure yet what I'm going to do with it, but yeah, basically this is just a short part of this episode earlier today, showing me building it basically, using the dark wood in the corners, sort of that, I guess I don't know what you call that the lighter wood for the sides, as you see here. It's progressing pretty nicely. That's basically the the outside shape of it right there. Um, then it goes down in, and you'll see I do make a mistake here in a little bit on the interior because my original hope was to divide them all up. Oh, also we lost a couple of our dogs in the battles. An Enderman was out here as I was working, and they were all sitting down, minding their own business. I attacked the Enderman, of course, and it got messy. Let's just say the dogs came to my rescue, but two of them didn't make it. Yeah, and since I'm shooting this after, let's say I lost a couple more dogs. Next episode, you'll see. It's a whole other situation with that, though. So, yeah, as you see here, I just basically just set up a whole bunch of fences in there, and you'll see at least some parts of it. I didn't show too much of the futility of it all. Trying to get them all into individual pens, and then when you're going in there, you're trying to keep them in there, and also try to breed them a little bit. And it's just the pens were too small, so that rather than making this place massively huge, which maybe would he would have had to do like pens like this, but maybe like times the size of this or something, just to get things the way I wanted it to be. Perhaps later on, when we're building the big mega base, which I'm going to talk about later this episode, in a later segment, I'll maybe we'll recreate something like this, like a sheep farm, but it'll be bigger. We'll do bigger and grander things. It will actually divide the rooms up, which I think will probably end up being better anyway if we do it by colors and do it. I think it'll work better. But for right now, this is like our starting area, our starting base. We're in the early parts of this series, so yeah, this is good for just getting a few colors and whatnot. So yeah, well, yeah, I wasted a lot of wood and a lot of time doing this, trying to figure out. See how they're just wandering around. Then I went around. I did get them in pretty much, but because of that weird glitch where they keep getting out of the pens, they don't stay in the pens, so they keep wandering around. Like that guy right there, he got out somehow, and it's even happening in that no, I don't know why I had black screen there. Well, it doesn't matter. It was even happening in that the pen where the cows are, um, on the outside there. So I don't know why that's happening. It just is. So I'm not quite sure how to get rid of it because like the second level ones, the pigs and the chickens, they don't get out, but the cows do, probably because they're at the ground level. So you see here, yeah, I just go around and shear them. I didn't quite know this, but I didn't know, like, if you bred two of the same color, their child's going to be of that color too. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. I thought maybe they'd be born like a white sheep, then you'd have to color them after. But either way, that's cool. I couldn't quite figure out how to get the black ink to actually go onto these guys. They wouldn't. Those ink sacs don't really turn into black ink or something. So see, as there, I can't get in and out of there readily. So it's becoming, as I determined later on, it becomes a lesson of futility here. Yep, fighting against the sheep. They just don't want to stay in one spot. Can't win. But as you see here, they grow back pretty quickly too. I'm not sure if you see it in this segment, but yeah, you look right. See over there in the yellow ones? pretty much all growing back. These orange ones don't even look orange, but see, he's trying to get out, then he gets out. It's just, I very quickly determined this isn't going to work out, and they all go out. So unless I have like larger rooms to go in there and like full walls, then it would just keep happening. Maybe put the room on stilts. If they don't fix like this bug in the next patch, I'll be upset because things are getting out, and it's upsetting to me. See, now the red ones are all back, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they just upped how quick they get their wool back, but it's pretty cool. So I mean, really, if you really want to go for one color, you could probably get it pretty quickly. All right, come on, guys. Yeah, it just already yellow ones got back. Shiri, shearing Shiri. You're all sheared up. Yeah, this is where I give up. That's sad. But oh well. Had to happen, I guess. And I keep getting this footage that's blacked out. Why is that? I don't know. I'll play around with these files here. Hopefully this all works out correctly. I'm going to have to reshoot this. But then I just let them roam free roaming, and it works better for me. Now, when it comes to breeding them, that's going to be a little trickier. Because if I want them to produce offspring of the right color, then I'm going to have to go in there, and that's going to be tough also, but eh. And then finally, I did make some books and bookshelves and stuff for our enchanting house that we made a couple episodes ago, and figured I actually would put them in there. That's why I've been farming those reeds for a while. So as you see here, I'll put some of them in there, and yeah, well, I still don't have any diamonds or obsidian to actually make the enchanting table. I haven't been doing much mining, so yeah, that's about it really, guys. I do plan on putting the enchanting thing in there. This is more for visual looks, obviously, this whole beginning area, but well, I think I'm gonna end this segment, and I'll pick up again in the next segment explaining the base stuff and all that. Alright? Okay, and aside from the sheep farm, or well, the wool farm building, color building, I think I'm going to show you guys, I already showed you guys this thing, the mob grinder, a few episodes back. Actually, it's an XP mob grinder. But the long-term plan was to make sure I get a skeleton one, because I really need the bone meal and obviously the bones and the arrows much more than really anything else from any other creature in the game. So I spent quite a bit of time looking for dungeons, and I didn't do it like going through caves and all that. I did cheat. I used the texture pack that had invisible textures on it, and I basically wandered around in the world. And like I said before, I've done a lot of wandering off in the wilderness areas in some of the different directions, but so far I really wasn't able to find anything interesting. I really don't have any, as far as the biomes I was looking for. I can't find them. And what I mean by that is I really needed, I really need cactus, and I really need sand from a desert biome, because we really just don't, other than just stealing a little bit from the coast and whatnot, we really need a pretty large supply of sand, and just so we can make glass and glass panes, obviously. And the next thing is probably the biggest. Well, we want to get a cat. I do. So getting a cat would be nice. So a jungle biome, and just having the wood, so we can make our wood farm. So I did finally find a skeleton dungeon, but it was pretty far away from the main base, and I'm going in the direction right now of where it is. I think long term what I want to do, and I think that was my marker there. Yeah. So I mean, it's far away, but not too far away. The problem is, it's just, if we're gonna set up something, we're really gonna have a pretty rough time of it, like getting supplies from our starter base to our main base. Which, here's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I think that's it right there. I wanted to build my main base someplace other than the starter area. And I was hoping like we can get to a nice area where there were maybe several different biomes or something that we might need. But sadly, I couldn't find yet those two that I mentioned. So down here, I did find a skeleton dungeon, and I neutralized it. So there's probably no point in showing it to you really. But this, like, as you can see, it's sort of pretty far away from the base. Um, Obviously not too far, but I'm trying to find a good location to actually make our main base. And I'm thinking that if we're gonna do this, we're gonna have to somehow connect it with the old base, maybe either via some sort of like a railway system. I just don't think I have nowhere near enough steel to make enough tracks to go from here all the way over yonder to be able to do it. So that's the next project, is starting our main base. And the main base is not really going to be really well designed as far as looks goes. Maybe actually right on top of that mountain there. I'm trying to look for an area that's close enough to the skeleton grinder, XP grinder. I sort of need just, since we don't have good biomes, we're just gonna have to pick someplace convenient for just being close to something. I think the skeleton grinder thing that I'm gonna end up building will be just basically the same as the other one that we did for the zombie one in episode 6. So I guess what we're gonna try and figure out is if we could build it right above this. We can build up on those mountains there. It'd be a little closer to our other base if we built it on those mountains. Although they're not really that good for building, but we could dig up and maybe build something. The base isn't really going to be looking like, from a visual point of view, look good. It's going to be more about for practical purposes, because I want inside of this thing everything. Basically, I want like an internal farm for everything you can think of in this thing, and tons of storage, and we're going to go massive with this. And I know it's not going to look good because we're not going to go crazy and cook, making smooth stone and cooking stone and wasting lots of coal, and I'm not going to do that. So I'm not going to make it out of any exotic materials. So it's mostly going to be cobble and maybe some wood. Perhaps if we could find a decent supply of sand, I want to implement a lot of glass into it. So either it's going to have to be like just kind of floating or resting on one of these mountains over there, over here, or maybe we just build it directly over this thing, over the actual skeleton, the future skeleton XP farm thingy. So I guess I don't know quite what to do. I mean, I think what I would like to do is really we gotta find some of these biomes, and that means a long trek, possibly getting lost, which I guess we're trying to do an adventure series here, so I guess we might do that. I don't know. So I'm gonna venture forth and ask for some of your guys' opinions on this. Um, Let me know. I think what I'm gonna do now actually is I'm gonna end this episode, since the wool thing over there went probably long, and adding this on, it makes it even longer an episode. I haven't gone off any further this direction, so I'm going to go off this direction a little more. And that's going to be the next episode. We're going to hopefully find something. I don't know. We'll see. Catch you next time. Rabbit signing off. Adios.